Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Toonkind D&D at 12 FPS. My name is Staria, and I totally didn't forget the name of the FPS. This is Baking Havoc. I will be playing March scripts. Long time you haven't seen this boy. Um, and I am joined here today by the lovely, amazing, wonderful, talented, and creative.
Oh, you can't just hit me with that out of nowhere. Hi, I'm Kraken.
Yes, I can heart emoji.
And I'm playing Craigory Danthew-Dovran, who, yes, hasn't seen March in a hot second. And he'd like to change that, and he's found an excuse for it.
Sure has. So, tell me how Craigery. So, okay, first let's set the scene. It's before the fourth nickel FPS because
Yeah.
no angst here.
No
No
angst
angst, thank
planned.
you.
As much as this
No
is being
angst planned.
planned, which is none.
Yeah, with the little planning that we have, angst is not one of them.
But yeah, I think
So yeah.
it's.
So yeah, it's Martin Hughes' apartment. He was probably either out asleep or out of the house doing shit, not getting kidnapped.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, not getting kidnapped by the fucking thrall. Um,
Yeah, what is March
anyways,
up to this fine day when March has the apartment to himself for the moment?
I think it's a toss-up between reading, drawing slash painting, and like sort of dozing off
Lazy
because
day. Love it.
I'm a sleepy bitch mood. So
Sleepy bitch
March
mood.
gets my sleepy bitch disease.
Hell yeah. Well, there is going to be a knock at the door.
And Marge sort of like perks up and just like, be right there, and goes and opens the door.
Surprise! It's a wizard. It's Craigory. He's also
Lizard man.
yeah. His arms are also both kind of loaded down with well, they look like grocery bags.
Huh.
Uh, hey March, how's it going?
Hey. Uh, well, not much. How are you? I only heard of what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it's fine. Listen, okay, sorry. Can I come inside? These are heavy. These are really heavy.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And March will actually also like take whatever it is because 21 strength.
For funsies, for funsies, I want us to both roll strength, see how heavy these actually are.
All right, all right. I that reminds me, I need to actually fucking open March's character sheet. Uh, that's a smart thing to do, which I am usually sometimes.
13 from Craigie. It's about average. Perfectly fine to walk from the store to Marches, but it's getting a bit tiring, yes.
All right, you said straight strength roll.
Yeah.
Ooh, jeez.
Uh, it's fine, but March, you're a little surprised by how heavy these actually are with
Yeah.
a 12.
I think it's less the fact that they're individually heavy, but and more of like they add up.
Yeah. But March also has 4 arms, so he can distribute that after a moment of, oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh jeez. You were carrying all of those. You could call me. I'd help you.
It wasn't far. It wasn't far. Besides, you know, can't skip leg day.
Can't skip leg day.
Or arm day, whatever it is.
Any day.
Any day, yeah, that's definitely the phrase. But yeah, and Craigory is making his way inside, and he is going to drop off his bag near or in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. And March just sort of like tilts his head curiously, just like, so what's the occasion? What's all this?
The occasion is Decimal and I, probably honestly, mostly me, ate your entire stockpile of cookies, which you probably
So
noticed. So,
so that's what it was.
yeah, difficult conversations needed to pick me up. Point is, as of yesterday, a few days ago, you were out, so I thought I'd just help replace that at least by bringing some ingredients. So, flour,
And
chocolate chips, sugar, beetroot, whatever you might need.
beetroot?
Yep.
And March is just like, okay. Ingredients.
Ingredients.
You want beetroot? You want fucking beetroot?
Liking how this is implying that a lot. This implies that his aunt bakes with beetroot somehow, somewhere. And he thinks this is normal.
Yeah. Great time. Beetroot. Anyways,
So,
putting the beetroot aside,
quite literally.
yeah, quite literally, Mark will figure out what to do with the beetroot later. He'll look up recipes of beetroot.
It's pretty much outside of a few surprises like said beetroot. It looks to be pretty much the baking staples. The reason why these were so heavy was Craigory went ahead and got the big, huge. This might be accurate or wildly out of proportion. I don't know. Kilo bag of flour or whatever. The big
Oh my
boys.
God. I mean, 1 kilogram of flour, bags is like the usual, so he probably
Is
got
that the usual?
5.
Okay, yeah, I was like, 10 feels like a bit much.
He probably got 10 bags.
Craigory has gone pretty all out for honestly, a pretty minor offense.
And Marge is just sort of like internally just like, it feels. I feel like I feel like this is insinuating something. I guess they really like the cookies. He's internally just like, oh, okay. I guess they want more cookies. I can make more.
Why not? We should kind of have Craigory roll a perception. Funds. Yo, okay, man is seeing things. That is a
What is he
dirty
trying
20.
to see? What is he trying to see?
I noticed you had mentioned March was like drawing and painting earlier.
Yeah.
So I think with a 19, Craigory at least spots the materials.
Yeah.
If not outright the progress.
Yeah, he definitely sees like a half-finished painting near the couch. It's I'm too head empty to try and detail what it is what is painted on there, but it's pretty for in progress it's really good.
Mm-hmm. And he's actually wandered over to get a closer look. She's like, I didn't know you painted.
Oh, yeah, this I it's something I've done for a while.
I mean, yeah, no, it's good.
And Marge kind of rubs the back of his head, kind of bashful, just like, You really think?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly can't. So yeah, I guess
Ah,
looking
thank
forward
you.
to seeing the finished piece.
And with that 19, when you look around, Krieger, you realize, huh, there are a bunch of paintings on the walls. Did March paint all of those?
Nice. He's now doing like the slow 360 turn as that kind of clicks in. He's been here a few times, but that hadn't really registered that, oh yeah, the artist that's all over the walls here just is March.
Yeah, a lot of the art, like there is a bunch of like either it's paintings of the crew, like people both March and Hugh know, or it's painting of bells. You notice a lot of lightning themed paintings. Wonder why. Um, there's also a couple of Hugh's sketches, just like on the walls as well.
Huh.
Just a little nice thing. Yeah, Hugh's sketches is of things that he's seen and the people he cares about. This is from Mursky and the audience.
Excellent.
Anyways, their walls are very well decorated.
Yeah, it's a lived in place. This is a
Mm-hmm.
home.
The home, it's their apartment.
Yeah. Anyway, Krager kind of shakes himself out of that and turns back around to face March as March is probably at least finishing taking out all the
Yeah,
ingredients
he
and inspecting
probably.
what's going on.
Yeah, he's like taking the ingredients. You can hear once in a while just like a like, huh, sort of like noise as he takes out like an especially weird ingredient. But yeah, he just sort of like puts them all on the table, and the table is probably overflown because Toon logic.
Exactly. You know, for only a number of bags, this seems like an awful lot to have fit in there.
Yeah.
Where's March going to put all this? Gregory, what the hell?
Yeah, just like that's a lot of groceries. Is your wallet okay?
My wallet hasn't been used in a bit. It's fine.
And March will take that. He's not gonna question that.
But I mean, just also I figured after everything in recent events, I don't know if it's the same for you. I know my aunt kind of bakes to relieve stress. I thought maybe it could be something like that for you too. So
Well, if you're already here, do you wanna bake together?
hey, March, roll insight.
Okay, what's my insight? Right, I forgot March's wisdom is not great.
I mean, neither's Gregory's, so here we are.
16.
Not great, you say. Has a +3 modifier.
He has proficiency.
Fair.
And a luck stone to balance out his -1 in wisdom.
Well, there we go. Either way, March definitely catches. There is definitely a flash of unease that flickers across Gregory's face. And furthermore, with a 16, March can identify it's not like a, no, what are you talking about? I don't want to bake with you. That'd suck. It's kind of reads like Gregory his discomfort with this is thinking he'd like ruin the baking somehow.
Ah. And March is like, oh, if you're, I can help teach you if you don't really know much about baking, or I can. If you're worried about causing a disaster, I can help stop said disaster.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah, I don't want another uh Jello running around. So I'm
Well,
thinking if I do bake it with supervision, and hey, who better to supervise, right?
well, if from what I've heard, you created the Jello when you were on your own. So, if there's someone else here, maybe there won't be another Jello.
Exactly. Okay. All right.
That
Claps
is
hands together, which
excellent
doesn't quite make the expected sound because one hand is just, hard like
light.
hologram.
Yep.
I don't know. Lead the way. Let's bake.
Yeah. Morsky, you said there isn't even Jello here, as if Craigory wouldn't put like a few packets of lime Jello.
March would actually notice through sifting through all this, there was not a single pack of gelatin.
Oh my god.
Just because Craigory loves his giant Jello daughter doesn't mean he's interested in making another one.
Incredible.
There is, however, pretty much ingredients to make most things to your heart's desire. March is looking at this and the possibilities are worrying. There could be cookies, there could be a cake, pastry, bread.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running through a list of baking
Don't worry,
shop stuff. Cupcakes.
I as well don't know how to as many baked stuff.
What are you craving right now?
I think much would be like, well, let's start with a few batches of chocolate chip cookies, as you, yeah, they're Hugh's favorite, and they kind of run out.
All right.
He says, looking at Craigory.
It's like, expression on his face is like, knife cat. Ah, yeah, you caught me. I mean, can't beat
So,
the classics.
yep. And I'm sure he would love to, when he gets back home, to have some freshly baked choco chip cookies.
There we go. That's a good surprise. Okay, it's your kitchen. How do we start?
Well, first let's grab the relevant ingredients from the pile, so we don't get too confused. He looks at the beetroot.
We
He
just
looks at the
taking all the stuff that doesn't belong and shoving it to the side.
yeah, just like just taking the stuff, only the stuff that he needs, and putting it on the counter. Making sure Craigory doesn't grab anything weird to put in the food.
March
Like,
may have to intervene. I'm trying to think of like, what does Craigory think belongs in chocolate chip cookies?
there is a lemon there. He tries putting the lemon.
He does. Isn't lemon a flavor enhancer? He sees Jenny do it all the time.
Like, no, not in those cookies.
You sure?
Lemon is, yeah, it's good in other stuff. We can bake something with lemons later.
Okay, all right. Lemon goes away.
March sighs, a sigh of relief. He then puts the beetroot away again. It might be cursed.
Oh god. Oh no. What has Gregory brought into this house?
Cursed beetroot. But anyways, yeah. I think they'll start by like mixing all the dry ingredients together. I am not pulling out a recipe for this because
Oh
I do
no.
not have enough brain cells. So I'm just going off memory.
We are in bullshitville.
Bullshit mode. We're toons. If we, the power of anime belief will, everything will work.
You throw everything in the bowl and you mix it and you believe and cookies
I
happen.
mean, I think that's kind of how it works with like choco chip cookies. They're not too complicated.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
not like the stuff my sister makes. That's like next level shit.
Mm-hmm. In terms of any
Uh,
rolls made for this, what do you figure? Roll to get good, perfect,
survival
your
because
2 cup measurement and stuff?
survival because I think it's funny.
Yes, thank you. Survival because it's funny.
Yep. There we go.
Excellent start, excellent start, excellent start. Uh,
Come on, Craigory.
yo! It's like the opposite of what
I
I thought would happen.
honestly say, yeah. Uh,
Craigory is taking this very seriously. He wants these cookies to turn out good and he wants to have a nice time with March. So he's like, that 17 is a result of him being very slow and careful. He's doing the thing where he like levels off the cup measurement with a knife and he's like eyeing it carefully before pouring it in. March is doing this by feel. March has been
I
baking. You
I
just like
think
zep.
I think March like tries, but then he like trips. He trips on the beetroot, and I have one joke. Um, and today it is the beetroot.
Uh, okay, in that case,
And
flour goes flying everywhere. What if we both roll decks to see how covered we get?
yes, deck save or just oh straight decks.
Let's go deck save.
All right, deck save, and barb gives me advantage.
I keep on forgetting I have physical dice. I'm like swapping between them.
Jesus Christ, March. Okay, that's a 20. I need to get used to March stats again. I haven't used him in like ages.
Craigory, on the other hand, gets a 12. Face
Oh
full of
boy.
flour.
Yeah, March gracefully dodges as it's his kitchen. And all the flour goes on Craigory.
It's that cartoony thing where he's all white and just the eyes blink out, blink, blink.
Oh dear. Uh, you good?
I'm good. And he's just gonna shake himself like a dog to dislodge some of it. Doesn't even bother prestidigitation cleaning it. This is just how baking works.
Yeah.
He's just full of flour now. It's the process. But the good news is some of it probably ended up in the bowl. You can probably guesstimate how much more you need to put in.
Yeah. I think like because Toon Logic, it is funny. Like the cloud of flour it like hangs a bit, and March like gently guides it towards the bowl.
And once it's directly overboard, it all just flumps down.
Yeah, and that's enough. That's enough flour. That's all the flour that we need. How convenient.
Dry ingredients. Complete.
Complete.
Now the wet ingredients.
Yeah. So like couple eggs. Just do a sleight of hand.
Mmm.
That's another. It equals 5. Oof, that's a
That
net
one!
1.
March!
Buddy, you're not doing so hot today, are ya?
Oh my god.
I might switch to Avre, because we have that here. Um, Fuck it, this is his kitchen. I'm re-rolling using Avre because March honey. There we go, 21.
Christ.
I think the first egg like looks like it's gonna go horribly wrong, but March has baked for a good while. March has baked for almost 2 years now. Um, he knows what he's doing, and the eggs all all come out perfectly in the bowl. You want to roll sleight of hand for Craigory just for fun?
Yeah. It's a harrowing moment for Craigory. He's convinced all these eggs are going to go splat because March is probably doing something fancy with, the forearms going on. And he's about to be like, oh no. But then it works. It's like a magician's trick.
Haha.
He does a polite little clap. He's like,
Yep.
that's some decimal worthy showmanship there.
Well, I wouldn't say that well, but I have experience in the kitchen, and
Yeah.
that's an 11. I think Craigery tries to copy him, but like puts
That
too much strength and like it kind of crushes the egg in his hand.
a little shell probably gets in there.
Yeah, but it's easy enough to dig it out.
Yeah, you just, you take another piece of eggshell and you dig it out. It's fine.
Yeah, fine, it's fine. Um, yeah, now time. Put all the rest of the wet ingredients like milk and shit, and I don't remember. Um, I refuse to look at the recipe.
Yeah, thank
Um,
you, Morsky, for linking a recipe. We are not looking at it.
yeah, thank you for giving us a recipe. We do not perceive. Um,
Does March believe in hand mixing ingredients?
probably. And to be funny, I want to roll athletics for him to
Go,
see
go,
how
go.
because I love
Listen,
his
one arm gets
stupid
tired, you have like three other ones to swap out to.
because I need you all to know. Yeah, that's it.
Plus 12?
Yeah, plus 12. He
Holy
has a
shit.
plus 12 to athletics.
For 27 total.
Yep. So it's like he holds the ball. Like March takes the ball, and like for a second, Craigery thinks that he's probably gonna put it in the mixer, but no, he holds the ball with one set of hand with one like side of set hands. I fucking don't know. And then takes the whisk, and it's a motion blur.
Yeah, it really is. And it is the smoothest, creamiest batter you've ever seen.
Yep.
Wow, alright.
And March kind of like grins at that, just like.
It's time for chocolate chips and whatever other goodies we may or may not want to throw in there. So Gregory is reaching out for at least the chocolate chip bag.
How many flavors of chocolate chip did Gregory buy?
Excellent question. He got white, he got dark, he got milk, he got strawberry.
Excellent.
He
I
got
get the feeling.
chocolate chili for a decimal.
Goodness. Hell yeah. I think he's just like he like grabs another one and another one and another one until there's like a line of chocolate chip bags just like on the counter, and March is just like he can work with that. And I think he like splits the batter evenly, and like puts uh, and he puts like what like one kind of chocolate chip into each one, and
Nice.
then for the last like part, he puts all of them.
Yes, yes. Chaos.
Chaos, chaos. Because come on, you can't not.
Exactly.
And also, it's like Russian roulette. Will you get the one with the chili chocolate? Will you not? Try and find out.
I think while March is dividing all that, Craigory's gonna have a look at the oven because right that needs to be on, right?
Yeah,
You want it to be a temperature.
a temperature. Yes.
Remember,
Roll
if it's
me.
400 to be done in 10 minutes, if you kick it up to 4,000, you can cook your
God.
cookies in 1 minute.
Yes. Kakarina. Roll me intelligence. Roll me intelligence. Or actually,
Absolutely.
roll
Mm-hmm.
roll me an in save.
It's
So
safe.
yeah. So you don't try to
Oh,
harness the power of the sun to make cookies.
March, I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
He has a good modifier, but a 3 plus 6 is a 9.
Oh my god. I'm gonna
Craigory
roll.
knows that it's something like 350, but that's hard to multiply, so kick it up to 400 if you want these to be done faster, because these are a ton of batches. They, like, I don't know, quintupled the recipe to make all these different kinds. Yeah, just kick up the heat a bit.
I'm gonna roll perception for March to see if he notices. Please, March. Oh no.
10? No. The oven isn't
Just
blowing up,
that.
so everything's fine.
Yeah. Oh no. March. Oh no. Um, well, um, I think the oven isn't big enough to fit all of the batches, so he puts like some of them and just sort of like closes the oven and puts in the time. And then like a few minutes later they can smell something burning.
They're just chatting, and all of a sudden, I guess roll perceptions from both of them.
Yeah. Perception.
Oh my god, Craigory. You're the one who did this. You should be keeping an eye on the time. Why did you get a 3?
Okay, Marge got a Marge got a 15, so Marge's head just sort of like whips around, just like uh-oh, and he sort of like runs back to the kitchen, like opens the oven, just like oh dear, uh, Gregory, do you come look?
Yeah, if March is scooting, so's Craigory. And he's just like, oh, okay.
This is
I guess it
charcoal.
should have been shorter. I thought I was okay.
Yeah, you're looking at pieces of charcoal.
And he just sighs.
And Marge is just like, oh dear, and he looks at the time, and then he looks at the temperature.
It's
Why
at
is it
least
400?
double.
Why? Yeah, no, it's 800.
Yeah.
Why is it? Oh no. And like Marge quickly lowers it down. Well, I found our problem. I have no idea how it got to that.
Uh,
Do you
does
know,
Craigory
Gregory?
say anything?
Roll me deception.
Absolutely. 16 ain't bad. How's March's insight?
Well, let's find out. Well, he doesn't quite figure it out, but like he's just like, dear. Well, I I guess I slipped and cranked it up too high. Um,
Oh
and
no.
he like
Well, having said that, Craiger's gonna have to come clean. How could you?
Mark doesn't want to blame his friend.
It's like, no, no, no. I was the one to set the oven. That was me. I just, you know, you only have so many hours in a day.
Oh,
We made a whole bunch of batches. If they're all done quicker, then I didn't keep a good eye on the time.
unfortunately, it does not work like that, even with Toon logic.
Doesn't it?
And I think it was funnier, but the cookies burnt, unfortunately.
Well, he kind of looks back at the counter where there's still like a whole bunch of trays ready to go.
Yeah, and like there's there probably isn't any like cookies that won't be there probably isn't like any kind that won't have like good cookies.
Exactly.
Just
This
a
is what
little
you like
bit less.
quintuple the recipe for.
Yeah. They did like times 10
Yeah.
because that's how much Gregory Gregory gave them. There was like a comical amount of flour bags.
He
March
spared
didn't
no
bother,
expense. Listen, if he's
March
gonna go
didn't
all out,
bother
he's gonna
cutting
go
them.
all out. He wanted to hang with March, and this is how he figured out how to do it.
Beloved. Yep. The house is gonna smell like cookies for weeks now.
Well, now they have to bake the rest to get out the charcoal smell.
Yeah. And like March puts it on the right temperature this time and puts the next batches. He doesn't throw the charcoal out just yet. He'll probably give it to the engineer. The engineer likes burnt stuff.
Unless March says that, Craigory's gonna do a little prestidigitation.
And Marge is just like, no, no. Funnily enough, I do think I know someone who would like uh charcoal cookies.
Really?
Yeah, the engineer likes burnt stuff.
You're gonna feed your boss these?
He and Marge just kind of like starts giggling. He likes them.
If you say so. Maybe I'll have one audience for my typical brand of cooking then.
No, I'm afraid to ask what your typical brand of cooking is.
Uh, well, I mean, Gelosity's the infamous one.
Oh God. Oh no. Marge is like putting his head in his hands.
Listen, like, I like the idea of baking. It's something my aunt did a lot, does a lot, and she's really good at it. And there's magic in there, and I'm good at magic, I like to think. But,
And Marge kind of like
it's been hit or miss.
stops to process that. Just like, you do magic in your cooking?
Well, I try. Genelope very definitely does.
Huh.
It's like sometimes it's not a lot of times it's just like little extra boosts of healing or like mood enhancers or even just sort of illusion effects to make them look nicer, which it's good. It's fascinating. Like there's that donut shop down in Toontown which does something similar. There's a I've heard about this sort of Luca Riche person that has a lot of more powerful effects on their candy. The point is, it's a fascinating field. I think it's neat. I just am really hit or miss at it.
And Marge just sort of like pats Gregory on the shoulder, just like, well, well, come here, often enough, and we can fix that. AKA he's inviting you to to bake with him more.
Aw. And Craigory kind of grins. That's if you don't mind the risk and peril to your kitchen.
We'll deal with that when we deal with that.
I
There's
might
already
have
enough
been a teensy bit banned from Aunt Jenny's. I don't know if that still applies. It might.
Hmm. Well, let's not think about that.
Hey, if we
March
don't
is
want to
kind
destroy
of.
your kitchen, we go over to hers. She'll be ecstatic that there's a friend.
Well, I might take you up on that offer. Uh, Other people do live here after all. He thinks of you and the amount of pets that they have, that they keep accumulating.
How many pets are there at this point?
Morsky, help me. Um, there's Tazzy.
Okay. Hi,
Hi,
I'm
Morsky.
Cammy. Really quick. Okay, so we have Kazi, we have the clown in a bottle, we have a cat that occasionally visits. No, I don't mean decimal. I
I was
do
about to
actually mean
say.
a legit cat. I do actually
Different,
mean,
unrelated cat.
yeah. Um,
Different stray
there,
cat.
there is Harold, who Lynn gave to Hugh, who's an octopus. There is occasionally Hugh's familiars, the Eyes of Script. Don't worry about them though, but they'll come occasionally when he summons them. Um, did March pick any more pets?
I don't think Marnie counts as a pet, but she sure is here sometimes.
Yeah.
There's also the
Uh,
fish. Hugh got March in.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, Fish friend.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it. But like,
Oh my
point is,
god.
they
Six
have
whole
a bunch.
pets.
Yeah, they have a bunch.
I was aware of Tazzy. I was aware of Decimal. I was not aware of the others.
Love that
I
you
mean,
count Decimal.
hey,
Decimal's a
be,
person.
be nice to Decimal. He's been upgraded to Braver.
Upgraded from menace to brother. Yeah. Um.
Anyways, I love you. Good luck.
Thank you for input.
Thank you for your contribution. But yeah. I think like as March is just like thinks about them, like there is like a like you do hear like a little tippy tap on the floor as a certain black and white, well, white and black cat snake just sort of like toddles up to the kitchen like lazily. And March is just like, oh, hey Tazzy.
Sorry, brain broke for one moment. I don't know if Craigory's probably met Tazzy, but
Maybe like once or twice.
either way, he's just gonna do the thing. You crouch down a little bit, you hold out a hand, see if the animal
Yeah.
deigns to investigate.
Yeah, and she like just like the little like sniff 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 sniff, and she's like bonk bonks her head against your hand.
Scritch, scritch, scritch. He held out
Yes, good.
his left hand, the real one. So,
Yes,
scritch, scritch.
good. Your hand is hers now.
Does he just stand up and there's a Tazzy attached to it?
Yep. I think somehow you don't know how her tail just like curls around your hand and yep, attached.
Well, alright, he rolls with it.
Yep. You have obtained cat snake.
As it goes.
As things go.
Reach over with the other hand and give a little scritch. it's not quite the same feel to Tazzy. But scritch
She
scritch.
she she purrs nonetheless because attention is good.
Exactly. She's getting a little spoiled. So
Good.
I think after that mishap, the cookies chug along pretty good. The first
Yep.
batches are out. They're on the cooling racks. The place smells amazing.
Yeah, the house is going to smell like cookies for the next few weeks.
And there is still a,
Dark.
sizable chunk of baking product left that is just stuff that wasn't used in these cookies. So March is
Yep.
set for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, March is just like wondering where he's gonna put all that.
Some of it might
But
just have to go into hammer space.
yeah, just like that's a problem for later. And I think as they like wait um for the cookies to like bake and like between like switching the trays and like taking out trays to cool and putting trays in to bake, the Mark just like was like goes to the couch, just like come on, you can sit while we wait.
Yeah, of course. Follow, take a seat. Tazzy is still attached,
Still attached. Yeah,
getting just absolutely spoiled.
yeah. I think until you leave, she won't be letting go.
Leaving might become a bit of a trial in that case. Just like doesn't want to steal a cat worm. But Craigory's still scratching behind an ear and just leans back. So how are you doing?
Well, things have been kind of slow, I guess. Plot hasn't been too interested in me lately.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Uh, I only heard a bit, um, about what happened. If you don't want to talk about it, it's fine, but are you okay?
I'm doing better. Uh, Whole whack of people who are interested in helping out. Had a chat with Decimal even that helped, but I don't know. I think things are gonna be fine. And
Then March smiles and like nods at that.
what happened with Decimal is well, the problem got solved. It sounds like really so.
We got it back.
Yeah.
And yeah, March is just like March isn't gonna try hiding like the fact that Heads or Tail was an incredibly stressful time for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yep, that sure was.
For funsies. Ooh! Nice. I was like, for
Ooh.
funsies, I'm gonna roll an insight, and Craigory went ahead and got a 19.
Nice.
So what that means is Tazzy is still attached to his arm, but he's going to move that arm over and just sort of lay it on March so that there was also Tazzy there purring.
Aww. And March kind of chuckles and like scritches her as well. It's like, it's well, it's a good thing I go to therapy.
Yeah, it's I'll be starting that up real soon, I think.
March More nodding, because yes, good, good.
Between everything that's happened and the people, we both know, really no getting out of it.
Yep. No getting out
Decimal
of it
and Lynn, yeah,
from my end neither.
yeah. Decimal and Lynn
Hmm.
would come for me if I didn't. Lynn, after having kind of bullied her lightly into it when she wasn't going on, Decimal threw a whole card a while ago. I'll need to give that a call. But it's good that you're having someone to talk to. Yeah.
Hmm. I think like while he like waits, March just sort of like goes back to painting, like picks up the paintbrush and just like like continues a little bit.
And Craigory is very definitely watching. Just quietly, he doesn't want to like break whatever flow is going on or make March self-conscious, but he doesn't really know much about painting, so he's watching.
Yeah. And you can definitely see that this is like this is a similar level of roll. On one hand, I'm like, this should be something rolled for. On the other hand, I just want to give it. Yeah, fuck it, I'll just give it. Um, the way March paints, there is experience behind it, in it's way similar to how he bakes, but also more. But he's been painting for longer than he's been baking. And he said he's been baking for 2 years now, and even though March has been in Toontown for 2 years.
Yeah. Craigory thinks about that, and he doesn't know much about March's past at all, but seeing the, colors and shapes come together, it's a bit like magic. He certainly couldn't do that.
Is Craigory gonna ask?
It takes him a bit, but he decides to be nosy. He decided he has nosy rights. So, how long have you been painting?
He like stops for a second and like thinks. I think I started at around 10-ish. I've been painting for a while. I had someone good that taught me.
Yeah, I was about to say, ask if you were self-taught or...
No, the and you can roll insight here.
Absolutely. Oh, no. Only a 6.
Roll with advantage. Roll with advantage. I want to give this.
Hey, there we go. Take a 17.
Hell yeah. Like, you can tell March is hesitant on what to call this person. I suppose she would be my mother. She taught me how to paint.
Well, she was a good
By the way,
teacher.
Kirker, this is the first time you've ever heard March mention family before that isn't, you or any of his found family.
Mm-hmm. He's taking note of that. Tuck that little piece away. Well, she was a good teacher then.
Yeah. And he continues painting.
She, get to see where you're at now in skill?
No. She's passed away.
Ah, right.
You can roll another insight on that.
He sure will. Take 15.
Yeah, there's definitely grief and sorrow like in that few words. And yeah. There's also something March isn't saying about you think there's more than just passed away, but like March certainly isn't saying it.
Oof. Well, he feels bad for accidentally stepping on a minefield now, so he kind of bumps his shoulder against March's. I'm sure she'd be proud of everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
You want me to grab you a fresh oven warm cookie?
Yes.
Craigory will go do that, and I think this is the point where March gets to Russian roulette roll to see what flavor he gets.
Oh boy. What do I roll for this? I'm gonna roll a
I'm just going to
straight.
quickly list out like 1 milk, 2 white, 3 dark, 4 chili chocolate, 5 strawberry, and 6 is a mystery.
Yes.
So roll a d6.
Hell yeah, I got strawberry.
Craigory's also going to roll a d6. See
Oh
what he gets
boy.
for himself. He
Dark.
gets dark chocolate.
I
Very
was
good.
slightly hoping one of them would get the chili chocolate.
I was hoping one of them would get 6, the mystery ingredient, which Morsky accurately just puts in his beetroot. Yes, there
Oh
are
my
beetroot
God.
cookies hidden here, somehow.
I was
Neither
also
of them know
hoping
how.
I was hoping that 6 would have been the, put a little bit of everything.
That's the secret, is mystery 7.
My God.
Elusive and rare cookie.
Goodness. The golden cookie.
But yeah, no, despite any and all mishaps in making and baking, these are delicious. Craigory, yeah, completely understandable why March's chocolate chip cookies are Hugh's favorite.
Yeah, they're pretty good. And that's an understatement because March is always understating his things. They're really fucking good.
Yeah,
He learned from Marcel.
oh, that would fucking do it. And I just rolled a performance for Craigory. Just like how startled is he by, because listen, he's obviously had March cookies before. He helped clean out the stash earlier. But these are fresh. These are oven fresh. And there's something a little different when you help make something. So he bites into his dark chocolate chip cookie and eyes just go wide. And you just kind of, holy shit.
And now it's March's turn to do the knife cat smile at him. Just like, see, I told you you could make good cookies.
I didn't doubt you could make good cookies, but man, it's different when they're out of the oven. And like, March. I like to think I have high standards on baking. These are really good.
Ah, thanks.
Man, I almost think you and my aunt should share recipes. This gives her a run for her money.
Ah, think?
I do think. Just a teensy little bit of an expert on her baking.
Super cute. Kraken. Kraken, that's so cute. Kraken, I love them.
They're good. They're so good. Craiger's
They're
now just
so
going
good.
between.
Friends.
Craiger's now just thinking, by the powers of Rye and March combined, they might just be able to beat out Jenny in a cooking competition.
Goodness.
If Craigory knew Marcel or knew Marcel yet, he's just like, I'm going to pitch everyone at my aunt and
Oh
watch
my
her eat shit a
goodness.
little.
One day,
One day. Oh god. She's good.
the ultimate
But so are these
bake-off.
people. He's curious.
It's for science.
The ultimate bake-off one day in the future. Listen, the people have
Goodness.
to know.
The people do have to know. Goodness, this is really funny. Do they like actually say this to March?
I think he's kind of muttering under his breath, like, okay, forget sharing recipes. You guys might just need to compete at some point.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not kidding when I say this is really good, March. And like,
aw.
she's competitive. I'll warn you, she's competitive. But she does, like learning new recipes. I don't know. I think you guys could get along, maybe.
March nods seriously, just like, mm-hmm. He's also like starting to be like, oh, baking competition.
You want to roll a quick little insight there, March?
Sure. 19.
Whoa. Craigory's saying that, but what he's also not saying and thinking is March gets the sense that he thinks this could be good for his aunt in a few ways.
Mm-hmm.
Art, what? Word. Help.
Words.
March is getting the sense that maybe this mysterious Aunt Janelope doesn't have a huge social circle. He thinks it might be good to help expand it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone can use more friends, he has decided over the course of the last year and a half-ish.
Yeah, boy.
Power of friendship has he is convinced of that now.
Hell yeah.
But I think the oven probably dings again. And it's probably the last batch out. I don't know if you have anything else to go in here other than finishing up cookies.
Yeah, I think March will like, will sort of like go back to the kitchen, put like take the cookies that cooled off, put them in like little boxes, put a few of everything, like wrapped nicely and like hands them to Craigory. Just like there is a few cookies of each flavor, yes, including the beetroot, that is now wrapped in a nice baggie, and it's like handed to you. It has a ribbon.
Oh.
What's Craigory's favorite
Sorry, you cut out at the end. What's Craigory's?
favorite color?
Ooh. You know what? It's blue.
There's a blue ribbon, and goodness no, there's a lot of
Yeah.
blue ribbons in this house.
Listen, blue is a very good color.
Blue is a very good color, and it's funny because blue is both March's and Hugh's color. Like
Exactly. That's
Hugh has
part
the
of why it's
blue.
so good.
Yeah, March has the sky blue, and Hugh has the royal blue.
Mm-hmm. But
So yeah, it's wrapped with a blue string.
aw.
Actually, two blue strings, one dark blue and one light blue.
Aw.
Because that's cute, and I like that.
It is cute. Yeah, thanks. I definitely know some people who'll enjoy these.
You eat them too.
I'll have a few, but listen, like, give some to Lynn. Probably
Lynn
some...
can have her own baggie. This is for you.
Oh. Oh. All right.
Oh, Kraken! Kraken, I carry him.
His instinct was to share, and March is just like, no. You're getting your own thing. Everyone else can get stuff.
Yeah, Lynn will get her own little baggie. He'll wrap it up and put a yellow string. But this is Craigory.
You think we could wrap one up to mail to Pip as well?
Yep. He will in fact also get one for Pip. Just another baggie. With whatever their favorite color is. As a ribbon.
I think Craigory will say pink for Pip's ribbon.
Oh yeah. I'm slightly tempted to, but somehow neither of them know how. There is a tiny cube of lime jello in the baggie.
God. That's a fun surprise for Pip
Yeah.
later. And
neither of them know how it got there, but it
No.
sure is.
Chris's like, okay, 2 tiny more requests then while we're doing this. Boomer, and I'm thinking maybe something to give to the leaders of Halloween Town. They've been a big help.
March nuts, and also wraps those up with I'm gonna assume orange.
Yeah, the spookies get orange, Boomer gets green, Craiger is now loaded down with cookies for himself and everyone.
Yep.
Good outcome. And there's still so much left.
There is still so much left for Decimal and Hugh.
Decimal, Hugh, there's the burnt batch all for the engineer.
Yep.
Perfect.
Incredible.
And with that, I think Craiger will probably be on his way. It's been a full afternoon.
Yeah, it's been a full afternoon full of fun and a little bit of lore.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you figure that's it?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think we can zoom out from here and
We sure can.
yeah, and that's a wrap.
Sure is.
This was fucking adorable.
It was great.
It was great. I loved them.
I do. Thank you
It
for playing
sure
with
is-
me.
Thank you for playing with me. It sure is good to play as March again.
Mm-hmm.
And just do FPS as a general, because I haven't done it in months.
Hey, there we go. All right, I'm gonna end my recording.
I'll stop
now.
the recording.
Yeah.
Say goodbye, everybody. But
Bye
well,
now.
I'm saying everybody, but it's only me and you. Anyways, bye. Thank you, listeners.